welcome to episode 39 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. Yay.
Woo!
We're going into 2004's movie's Catwoman. It was...
Well, I guess you could say it is, right?
What do you mean?
You're saying it was... Oh, I guess you're going to start at the top, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was directed by Pitoff?
Pitoff, yes.
He doesn't have a last name? Is that like a synonym?
Oh, and I looked into him a little bit, but not much to know.
No, it's just he doesn't have a last name.
No, well, he's from somewhere foreign, isn't he, I think?
Well, foreign people have last names.
He's from France, so you know how pretentious they are. His birth name is Jean or John, depending on because he's from Paris, France. So I guess John Christopher Comar.
So yeah, all right. So you're all right. He is pretentious. He's using a stage name. The screenplay was done by John Bracanto, Michael Ferris, and John Rogers. The story by Teresa Raybeck, John Bracanto, and Michael Ferris. I'm gonna bring this part up because it's not true. It says it's based on Catwoman by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, but it's not because this is not Catwoman.
I mean, well, I guess interpreted. I guess
you can say interpretive, but it's not even that because this has nothing to do with that character whatsoever.
I mean, it is Catwoman, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it's not.
It's like when the artists in comic books like reinvent Superman, Spider-Man, whoever.
No.
Like, it's a different character, but still Spider-Man.
This might as well have been called Leper Woman.
No, this is Catwoman. This is a different iteration of Catwoman.
This has nothing to do with that Catwoman at all.
Obviously not that Catwoman, but it is a Catwoman. Even say it in the movie, you're a Catwoman.
Yeah, but it's not based on the Catwoman by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, which is.
But she has the costume and a whip. That's all she needs. And she kind of steals jewelry one time, kind of.
No.
She's got the basis. If you don't know who Catwoman is, it's like she has the basis to be Catwoman.
No,
I guess.
She doesn't.
I feel like if you never read the comics and you just saw a picture of Catwoman and you know she steals jewelry, that's what you get.
No. She does that one time and not even actually.
I know. Oh, this movie.
Anyway, it's produced by Dennis D. Novi and Edward L. McDonald, starring Halle Berry, Benjamin Bratt, Lambert Wilson, Alex Borstein, Francis Conroy, and Sharon Stone, and blah, 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 blah. It is an hour and 44 minutes. It had a $100 million budget and only made back, can't read my handwriting there, 82 million.
With that being said, it places it at number 67 worldwide in 2004.
Yeah, well, it doesn't deserve that either.
I think so. It plays higher than The Punisher. Wow, really? That's weird.
Yeah, that movie was better than this one.
Yeah. That's weird that Punisher got lower than that. Yeah. Whatever. People are weird.
Yeah, that's all with the that stuff. There's not much as far as background stuff goes. Obviously, everyone knows this was in development hell from back in the 90s when the Batman series was in it. They wanted Nicole Kidman, but she dropped out.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer was supposed to come back, but then that never happened. Apparently, they wanted Ashley Judd for a little while, but she dropped out.
Which is weird, though, because only those three names are mentioned. You would think there'd be more names floating around.
This movie is a cobbled-together spin-off from a dead series, and they hired an actress who was going to play in another cobbled-together series that fell through.
Which series? Which one?
Because Halle Berry took this role because the spin-off for her James Bond character, Jinx from A Die Another Day, was supposed to happen, but that didn't happen, so then she took this role.
Yeah.
So, it's two cobbled-together series things going on here, which makes a lot of sense because this movie is cobbled together and it's shitty.
See, it's funny because she won an award that year, I think, or the year before. Academy Award.
I'm not saying Halle Berry is a bad actress.
No, yeah.
I'm not even blaming her for this movie. I just don't understand. Not. I don't understand why Storm is dressing up in leather.
I don't get. Is that a joke?
Yeah, I don't know why she left the X-Men and decided to just put on a leather outfit and. Well,
she was wearing leather in the X-Men movies.
Did she take a vacation from the X-Men just to do this part of here and like decide to pretend to be a captain for a while?
Well, see, now you're saying this. Actually, a terrible joke, by the way. But is she the first one to go from one franchise superhero movie to another one? So I know Chris Evans does it later. Michael B. Jordan does it later. Is she the first one that we've seen do this?
I want to say no.
No?
Yeah, I want to say no, but I don't remember who it was.
Okay. If anything, she's probably the first one to go from a good one to a bad one then.
I don't know. Actually, I'm trying to think. I think it has something to do with Punisher, maybe.
Punisher, you think so? We did Captain America, Mole Man, Stamp Day, Batman, Superman.
Wasn't there
Swamp
an
Thing.
actor? I think it was another X-Men thing.
Oh, the X-Men one?
I think it was an X-Men going over to the Punisher, or
Really?
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember talking about it. I just don't remember what it was.
There was the voice actor we talked about last week.
No, there was something else.
Turner something, Batman, X-Men. Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. It's not important. Even if
That's the one to point out. If she is the first one, that's pretty cool.
Even if she is the first one, this is not a good, what am I trying to say? A good example for that kind of thing to happen.
No, this is where it fails. It's one of the few times it fails this way. Is that a little preamble?
I said this came out in 2004, but I also forgot to mention it came out July 19th, 2004 in Los Angeles specifically for some reason. And then July 23rd in the US.
It was originally going to be on IMAX, but all the reshoots for this movie they couldn't pull it through.
Right.
But did you see the IMAX? I guess what's it called? Logo, the tagline for IMAX.
I read it, but I forget what it is. It was stupid. I know that. This whole movie's stupid like that, though.
This is the tagline, which sets up the whole movie. Catch her in IMAX. Yeah. Cat. Get it? Because it's cat in the word catch?
Yeah, I got it.
So lazy.
I have the Blu-ray of this one.
What? Yeah. I watched this on HBO Max.
So, but in the Blu-ray that I have, it actually has that Catwoman animated short from that Batman animated movie we just watched, where it's all silent.
Oh, God. Ugh. I hated that so much.
I didn't think it was bad, but yeah, it has that on here. I didn't rewatch it because I already saw it. It's on here for some reason, I guess.
When did that movie come out?
I guess Catwoman. It came out last year, so... Well, not last year. I guess I guess we could say that. I guess we could say that we're time traveling or something, and we're in 2004. So as far as that's concerned,
gotcha.
But like 2003, the Catch Me animated thing came out, and this came out in 2004.
Can I say this before we start?
Sure.
While watching this movie, I got really sick. Did you get sick too, or no?
No, why?
No, it's because it is edited to hell. Like there's so many cuts. And I guess me went to school for this shit, knowing how the movies are made, just seeing it and noticing it. Like, I for some reason, I got like sick watching this movie. And I don't have like any motion sickness or car sickness or anything like that. So I was like, what the hell's going on?
No, there was a strobe light in the middle of it, which was unnecessary.
No, was there? Yeah, there was. No, it was just this movie, man.
No, well, to be fair, this is my first viewing of it.
No way.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the first time I've ever seen this movie, so...
God, interesting. Okay, let's do this thing, buddy.
We're gonna go jump in, finally.
All right. Yeah.
So we open with Egyptian hieroglyphic credits, kind of, and then a history on cats, kind of.
Oh, God.
You know, it's pretty much just those shots of later in the movie when she's doing research on cats.
This movie's very 2000s.
Yeah. And and then we really open up with Halle Berry floating in water, being dead, narrating over her own death because, that lame trope.
This movie's nothing but tropes.
So she tells us how she died, and then we go back into the past, which is only like 20 minutes in the movie. I don't know why we had to start there and jump back 20 minutes and then come back to it.
To grab the audience attention, man.
Is that what it is? Because it didn't really grab my attention. Because this is the same freaking Catwoman story as from the Batman Returns.
Well, I guess if you never saw Batman Returns, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, but if you're watching this, you watched it because you watched Batman Returns, or because you're a Batman comics fan. No one went out of their way to watch this by themselves.
No, the people at the time when this was coming out, I remember people coming up to see because Halle Berry and her being in leather suit like that, being all sexual and shit like that. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a problem throughout this whole movie too. She's very over sexualized for no reason.
Would you call that a problem?
Yeah,
I'm gonna think of that out. Like,
because
is Catwoman sexy?
Well, Catwoman is sexy, yes, but that's not my point. My point is the story they're trying to tell of her being strong and breaking out from her cage and stuff is completely undermined by, sexualizing her and having people stare at her, having her in pretty much nothing in her outfit.
I didn't see them staring at her in a sexual way. I saw them staring at her. I was like, why is this lady wearing a cat suit with a whip? This is kind of weird.
I'm not talking about the people in the movie. Like, they put her in this so that the audience is going to stare at her.
Oh.
They sexualize her that way, which is undermining the entire story they're trying to tell.
Now, okay. Well, I guess in the other movie, she's wearing a full outfit. It's like she's not showing that much skin.
Right. But even Catwoman in the comics, which, by the way, this has nothing to do with comics at all. Like, nothing. Like, I'm looking at the credits now and it says, based on the story from DC Comics. And no, it's bullshit. It's not even the same name. I don't even think a Patience Phillips is Catwoman in the comics. I don't think that character exists, period.
Yeah, she fits in this universe. There's no universe number for this one, is there?
No, that's Marvel. This is DC.
I keep asking you that. But, like, I'm telling you, like, this is just his interpretation of Catwoman. If he was drawing a comic, it'd be this. It'd be panned and terrible, but it'd be this is his comic of Catwoman.
This would never be a comic. DC Comics would never approve this.
I would hope not, but if they did for some reason, if they approved the movie, if they did approve this comic, it would have been really trashed by the fans. So
the only way this would be a comic is if this was a movie adaptation comic, and I don't even think they got that.
Probably not,
because this is not Selena Kyle. This is not Catwoman.
It can be Catwoman.
This movie doesn't even need to be called Catwoman. You could have slapped any other feline name on top of this and had that movie instead.
And I get that, but I don't agree with you. Like, your argument saying, like, just because she's not Selena Kyle means she's like Catwoman.
But this is
is Miles Morales not Spider-Man?
That's different because he is Spider-Man.
Yeah, she is Catwoman in this.
He inherited the mantle from Peter Parker in the comics.
Yeah, and she got her power from cats or whatever.
Which is not a comic book thing at all. Selena Kyle does not have superpowers.
Oh my god! But all the shit that has happened in comic book history, I could see this being a part in the 60s or 70s.
But it didn't, and
of course it didn't. But, like, this is his 2004 imagination of, if I were to write Catwoman's comic, this is how I would have done it.
No, this is a rush. We need a movie storyline. Let's just throw something in here. We don't want to do research, and this is the Catwoman movie came up. That's why everything she does is lame cat puns.
Oh yeah.
There is no research into Catwoman at all in this.
Yeah, because it's a different Catwoman. So don't tell me
this is his interpretation of Catwoman.
It's a different Catwoman, that's all.
Not when it says based on the story from DC Comics, Bill Finger and Ron Kane. It's not. No, it's not.
Come on, TJ.
No, it's not.
I think you're being a purist.
No,
I'm not trying to defend this saying this is like a good version. I'm just saying it's just his interpretation.
No.
Like, if I were to do Catwoman,
this is not Catwoman.
This.
I don't care how you want to defend it, but it's not Catwoman.
I don't know. You sound like
this might as well be called Leopard Woman or Panther Woman or whatever those other Catwomans throughout the generations they showed. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
You sound like a terrible purist right now. This isn't the Spider-Man I know. It's Superman. Why is he black? Like, calm down, people.
No, you're wrong on this one because it shouldn't say based on the DC character because it's not the DC character in any shape, way, or form other than little tiny thing.
Yeah, that's all you need usually.
No.
She steals some jewelry sometimes, once in this movie. And she's got the outfit going on.
This is an insult to the character.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's a good representation of the character, but it's still a Catwoman version. It's still a cat. And one of the parallel universes, like when all the universes collide, she shows up like, oh god, this Catwoman, guys. Let's don't look at her so she won't pay attention. Let's go off our story. So it's...
No, I disagree. If they would have named her Selena Kyle, I would agree with you.
Really?
Yeah. If
they that's a bad argument then, I think.
Because then you can argue, okay, maybe this is just an alternate version of Selena Kyle. Or
No.
if there was
Literally, when we were gonna watch
if-
the Spider-Verse movie, they're all not named Peter Parker. They all have different names.
I understand that, and I'm going to point out another thing. If there was even a slight connection to DC Comics in some way that wasn't like some jewelry thing here, I would agree with you. But there isn't.
So you want to see Batman or someone else in this to
No,
make it?
I don't even need that. Maybe if her origin was she was a jewel thief, how did she just become a jewel thief out of nowhere?
I guess she's just...
You know, if she had, if
it's a bad movie.
She's also got the same stupid trope where she's this frumpy woman in the beginning that clumsy, and then she gets superpowers. All of a sudden, she's sexy.
That's what happened with Catwoman. Yeah,
it's not.
And the Tim Burton ones. Exactly what happens.
It has no connection to the DC Comics at all, or anything to do with Catwoman.
I think it does.
But you haven't read the comics. How would you know?
But seeing the movies, if you saw the Tim Burton one, like you said, and you see this one, like, okay, I can see the similarities between both Catwomans.
They stole the same thing from the Tim Burton one, which had nothing to do, that whole origin had nothing to do with the comics either. But at least they had trappings of who Selina Kyle was, what she is, what she represented.
What is Selina Kyle then?
Selina Kyle is a jewel thief, or like a kind of like, what is it called when you're in between hero and...
Anti-hero?
Yeah, she's kind of an anti-hero on the bridge of good guy because of her relationship with Batman.
Yeah.
So she's that. This character has none of that.
She's kind of... Batman in this movie is the cop, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I get that, but it's not done well at all.
I'm not saying it's done well. I know this movie is not a good movie. It's not done well at all. I'm just saying in some bizarre universe, this Catwoman is like a Catwoman. It's Catwoman.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's some character called herself Catwoman. I'll say that about that. It's another Catwoman, but it's not the same.
She's a Catwoman. They say that in the movie.
I guess she is a Catwoman, but my whole problem is you could have essentially changed the name to any feline and it wouldn't have made a difference.
I don't know. I just feel like that you're kind of right with that part, but I just feel like you're being a purist. Like, this isn't the Catwoman I know, so this can't be a Catwoman.
No, because there are any different versions of Catwoman in the comics, and this just doesn't capture the character in any essence.
Well, like, what else makes Catwoman?
It depends on what character you're talking about.
Just if you're saying if for her to fit a Catwoman criteria, what's the basic stuff that she needs to be Catwoman? She's got the outfit. She stole some jewelry once, and that's not her. She's kind of like tilting. She killed someone. Like, I don't know if I wish.
You say that she has the outfit, but that's not even the Catwoman outfit.
Obviously.
That's not even close to the Catwoman.
There's so many Superman outfits out there. So many Spider-Man. So many Batman outfits.
That's ripped leather.
There's so many
ripped leather to show off Halle Bailey's body. That's all that it is.
Obviously,
That's not a Catwoman outfit. Did you see that mask? It's such shit.
I know it's a shitty mask, but when Peter Parker first got his costume on, it wasn't a good costume. This is Catwoman. I don't know how she's Catwoman in this movie, but she's Catwoman.
But Peter Parker upgraded his outfit because he knew it was shit. She never upgrades her outfit.
No, she doesn't. She's not a
She thinks that looks good.
Yeah, in 2004 it'll look good.
Whatever. We're just we're already a half hour into this movie. It shouldn't be this long.
I think this is a Catwoman. It's not a good Catwoman. It's not the Catwoman, but it is a Catwoman.
We're gonna agree to disagree on this one because you're an idiot.
Well, the viewers decide who's right.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take their idiotic opinions.
Yep, from one idiot to their idiots. I'll be the king idiot.
You definitely are a king idiot. Anyway,
we haven't even started the movie.
I know. That's why I kind of ended the argument there, so we can move on. We got a freaking hour and 40-minute movie to get through here. So where was I? Dead narrator. So she's an artist apparently, which no, she's not. But she's an artist apparently who works for what is it? A
magazine, like a fashion
magazine? Is that what it is?
Fashion, like a makeup.
Makeup?
Yes.
Beauty?
Yes.
That makes beauty products. I guess she does like the posters and shit. Think. Anyway, they got this place has got a new model instead of the boss's wife who was the original model, and they're revealing a new skin cream or some shit.
Hederic Beauty is called. It's cosmetics.
Whatever. But yeah, so they got a new model because boss is having an affair with the new young model, and the wife and them are having trouble because they hate each other now. And they're the clear bad guys in this, and poor Halle Berry is so, walked over, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The stupid trope, until she gets superpowers, she's useless because, you're not strong unless you get superpowers. So, especially if you're a woman. Anyway, so she's there, and, her boss yells at her because it's not, her design isn't red enough because, stereotypical evil boss. And then we get shown her crappy apartment where
Apartment's really nice, actually.
Yeah, but
it's big.
It's supposed to be crappy.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's in the outside's all run down, and it's next to an annoying neighbor who plays loud music and parties all night.
That's fair. Well, the apartment itself is kind of nice.
And then there's a vanishing cat every once in a while for no reason. Not only a vanishing cat, but a vanishing poorly CGI rendered cat.
Wow, you actually noticed the CGI in this?
I noticed the poorly CGI rendered cat because I didn't understand why they CGI the cat and just didn't get a cat.
Right? Because there's a scene where she's dead and all the cats gather around her. They have 20 real cats, but one CGI cat, which makes no sense.
Yeah, just get a real cat. What's the difference?
I guess because they didn't want to wrangle a cat and train it to sit certain. I don't know. That's where most of the budget went, was the CGI.
Yeah, well, it wasn't more money well spent because if I can tell it's bad. I can tell all the CGI in this. It's really bad.
Now, to be I'm going to defend the CGI in this movie. It is noticeable, obviously, but I still think it's not atrocious. It's not bad CGI.
If I can notice it, it's bad CGI.
No. Spawn, when we watch Spawn, that's bad CGI. This is in Harry Potter, the first one, whatever it's called.
Spawn was 94 CGI. This is bad 2000 CGI.
That's decent. This is decent 2000 CGI, because I remember in Harry Potter, the first one, when he's on top of a troll fighting it in the bathroom, that's bad CGI. The CGI in this movie is kind of okay. It's like a good high render of a video game.
You say so.
I've seen worse. That's all I gotta say. I've seen worse.
Yeah, you've seen way more movies than I have, so.
Yes.
All right, so distracted me again. Where was I?
Her apartment's shitty.
Right.
The party going on. She's a weak character.
And then the disappearing cat.
Yes.
And then they show her painting, but she's just throwing paint against the canvas.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's art, man.
I guess.
I remember a French guy directed this.
Oh, right. That's why it's so shitty. Anyway, there's a cat stuck. I say it's stuck up on a ledge, and Halle Berry's got to kind of get out and grab it.
I hate this so much. It's so stupid.
So she comes out and climbs across and onto her air conditioner, which kind of falls. But I don't understand why she's going out to grab the cat, because the cat got up there and obviously can get down.
And even if it doesn't get down to a false sense demise, I'm not going to risk my life for it.
Yeah, but you're just a horrible person. We've already knew that.
Would you, TJ? Would you stand on some rickety ass AC unit just to save a cat, possibly, off a 4-story high building?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But
it's called common damn sense. This is a dumb sequence in the movie.
In my defense, I wouldn't even know the cat was out there.
Oh, I would notice it. I was just I wish you could ignore it.
I would have never even known.
That's a terrible excuse, but I'll accept it.
Anyway, so she's out there trying to get this cat, and I guess this cop just decides he was showing up at this place for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it was just a coincidence. He just shows up that he's there.
Maybe he was dropping by and saw her do this?
Yeah, he was, I guess. I guess he was just driving by because he's just there.
Yeah.
And it's the actor's Benjamin Bratt. I actually recognized him.
He's from a few things. I know him from Miss Congeniality. He was in Coco. It's pretty cool.
Wasn't he in one of those Law and Order shows too?
Yep, he was Law and Order. I never watched that show because I don't give a shit about it.
Maybe that's where I recognized him from.
Yeah. He was in 24. Wow, TV show 24.
Oh, then maybe that's where I know him, because I watched that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Despicable Me 2, Snitch, Cloudy with Champs, Meatballs 2. Get me out of this, TJ. Keep talking.
All right, so the cop shows up and he thinks she's committing suicide, and so he runs up and grabs her before she falls, and she explains that she didn't commit suicide, and then she runs out to go to work.
Does she sure want to go to work?
Yeah, she pushes him out the apartment and says she's got to go, and she's got to go to work.
That's weird.
And then we get a scene of the evil woman CEO lady. She's feeling old because of all the paintings being moved out and stuff like that. And so Halle Berry goes to work And the cop shows up because she had dropped her wallet on the way up. And then this is where her work associates are really, horny, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. All these characters have like one note, I feel, and that's all their note is. Like, you guys are just sex deprived. That's it.
So, but Halle they make a date for coffee the next day, and so Halle Berry's got to stay to finish her art project because she got yelled at. But once she calls to get it delivered, she can't get it delivered because she's too late. So now she's got to go all the way to the factory, right?
Back to the. Is it the factory? Or is it? I guess it's the back to the
I don't
workplace.
understand. I don't understand why she has to go to this place where all the products are to deliver the art project. Isn't there someone in the building she can just hand it off to?
Yeah, that is dumb. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just to get her to the distribution center or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, she goes there, but the door's locked. And meanwhile, all the CEOs and the scientists who create the cream stuff are saying, hey, the scientists are saying, hey, the side cream is having bad long-term side effects and making people's skin rot off their face or something.
Yeah, the graphic, the model they show is pretty graphic.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
But Halle Berry walks in on them, and so she gets chased by the goons, and they're going to kill her because she found that information out.
Which is pretty a drastic step. Well, it's a movie, I guess. It's a guy movie.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've seen anyway. So she gets chased through the warehouse and ends up in a waste disposal pipe, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I don't know why this one room leads to this waste disposal pipe, and that's it.
And the fact that it has a human-sized entrance.
That too. And that it can close. It has it close automatically.
Yeah.
But anyway, they say she's in a waste disposal pipe, and then they say, all right, well, kill her. She can't know that much. And so they flood the pipe, and she gets pushed out into the ocean and dies. The end.
What a fun 20 minutes that was.
She does die, though.
Yeah, she does die. Yeah, she did.
And we're back at the beginning of the movie. That was how far is that in? Literally 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was right. 20 minutes in.
That's so stupid.
So I don't know why we went back 20 minutes to the beginning of the movie. Anyway, then we get Cat Island. Halle Berry's corpse washed up in the middle of this island. I don't know how all these cats got into this island, because this movie establishes that cats don't like water. But they're on Cat Island and surround Halle Berry's corpse, and then the bad CGI cat decides to breathe into Halle Berry's dead corpse face and brings her back to life.
That's so dumb. She has like a weird cat scene. She did a lot of practice to be like cat-like behind the scenes, and it does pay off in this movie. I'll give you that. Her movements.
Yeah, but everything she does is cat things now. It's like, all of a sudden now you have cat powers, so now you have to be a cat.
She eats like a cat, acts like a cat.
Yeah, it's stupid.
No, it's really dumb. It's like, what if Batman just act like a bat the whole time?
I know, that's exactly
stupid.
what it felt like. It's like...
It's so dumb.
I don't know. Whatever. She's got cat powers now. She can see things.
Yeah, her senses are heightened, yeah.
And she can climb walls and shit now. Whatever.
You sound so upset about it.
This movie's so bad. I mean, I heard it was bad, but when I didn't expect it to be this bad.
No, this is a bad movie.
Anyway, she goes home and she finds a cat with an address in its collar for some reason.
Oh, that's how she finds the house. Okay. That made no sense. Like, how'd she find this person's house?
Yeah, she gets the cat that lure her out onto the ledge, checks its collar for a nameplate, and there's a piece of paper with the address in it. It's not like a tag on the collar. It looks like a
secret note.
A fortune cookie.
Yes.
Paper.
Yes. That's so stupid.
And so she goes to this house, and it's owned by a crazy cat lady who tells her about cat stuff.
Not yet. Does she yet?
Well, she doesn't explain the whole origins or nothing, but she's like, you're special, you're destiny, cats like you. And then Halle Berry's like, I don't believe you, I'm leaving. And then she throws catnip in her face and says, see, catnip, you like catnip, you're a cat.
Okay, so I need a break from this movie already.
All right, hold on. I forgot something.
What?
So she wakes up not remembering anything.
Yes.
And she missed her date, but she was at 1:00, right?
Yes.
And she's late for work already. So she's going into work at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So she's like 5 hours late at least at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What did you want me to talk about?
Comic book lore, Catwoman.
Okay. What about her?
Is she called Catwoman because I guess she's a cat burglar? She's a female cat burglar. Like, I know she doesn't act like a cat, but in the movie she always has the purr puns and shit like that. So explain Catwoman comic book wise.
Well, it depends on how far back you want to go. Like, she was introduced in the Batman #1, I think it was, back in 1940.
Okay.
And she doesn't even show up until like the end of the thing, because throughout the whole comic she's disguised as an old woman pretending to be a rich woman so she can steal some guy's jewels.
Okay. I like that's pretty cool.
There's a cool little thing within the last couple years of comics where Batman and her are in a relationship, and they keep arguing over where they first met. And Batman keeps saying, "We met on a boat," and she says, "We met on the street or an alley," I think it was. And both are correct, because in the origin 1940, they met on a boat in a yacht. But in Batman Year One, where they kind of retcon everything, they met on the street where she was kind of a prostitute and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's a nod to both origins, essentially.
Well, that's interesting.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, Year One is kind of like a reboot of how Batman came to be, because it's Batman his first year.
Well, at the time of this movie, what's Catwoman about in comics?
2004?
Yes.
I'm not 100% if this is after Batman died and Dick Grayson took up the mantle or not. Because in one of the Final Crisis crossovers, Darkseid kills Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he turns him to dust. It's not really what happens. Somehow he got sent back in time. It's a whole thing.
Of course.
But for like a year, Bruce Wayne's gone.
That's pretty cool.
And Dick Grayson takes up the mantle of Batman, which is the original Robin. And Batman's son, Damian, takes up the Robin mantle.
Okay.
Catwoman ends up teaming up with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and form the Gotham City Sirens.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, and that was like a year for it happened, but I don't know what year that happened, but I know it was in the mid-2000s. So I think it was around that time, but I think it was also, was Catwoman the one that got her heart ripped out by Hush?
What happened?
It gets really dark in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, what's she? Oh, 9/11, I guess, happened, so people were depressed. Like, goddamn, man.
So yeah, I think it was Hush. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Black Mask. I don't know. Black Mask kidnapped Catwoman's sister, kills her husband, and then makes her eat him, I think.
What the
Some messed up things happened to Catwoman in the mid-2000s.
Gee, why? It's so dark. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah. You want to know how dark it actually gets? Yeah. Commissioner Gordon remarries this one woman. And then, I don't know if it's No Man's Land. But anyway, at some point, the Joker kidnaps a bunch of babies.
Oh my god, again, okay.
And Commissioner Gordon's wife is a cop, I think. And she's there, and the Joker makes her choose between herself and the babies, and she either shoots herself, I think she shoots herself, I think the Joker makes her shoot herself, and kills Commissioner Gordon's second wife.
That's awesome.
So, that's how dark it can get in the mid-2000s.
So good. Man, we were coping with post 9/11, I'll tell you that. That's intense shit.
Yeah, there was some dark Batman shit happening there.
Man.
But,
okay, let's get back to this not-so-dark movie.
Yeah. Where did I leave off?
She's back at her back at her job because she was late to it, like 5 hours.
Right, and she missed the
her date.
Her date, yes. Okay. So she's back at her job, and her boss is yelling at her, but she's not listening. And then he's like, "Are you listening to me?" She's like, "No," and she gets up and yells at him. And this is where does she have split personality disorder? What the hell is going on here?
That's what definitely seems like. She's got her, and then she's got her Catwoman self.
But like by the end, it doesn't seem like that at all.
No,
it's like the two sides of her were fighting to take control or something. I don't know. It's lame. It's not executed well.
No, it's not a deep movie at all.
And then like and this is where all the stupid cat stuff really started to happen. Like, she found herself sleeping up on the light, and she's walking down the street, and there's dogs start barking at her, and she, like, hisses at them. And,
God, so dumb.
But she gets fired from her job. And so she's walking out with a friend, and her friend passes out because, spoiler, she was using the bad skin cream.
Oh no.
So she takes her friend to the hospital, and the friend tells her to keep going out with the cop. So she finds the cop. I guess he's teaching kids.
That's a stupid. I don't know. It's dumb. Like I don't know. I don't know, man.
It looked like he was in a classroom teaching kids, but it didn't look like a classroom.
It looks like he's like a special guest or some shit like that.
Yeah, like it was like a dare thing.
Yeah.
Like not like I'm daring you to do like dare was
the
drugs there thing.
Drugs are really evil kind of shit.
And he's telling the kids, I want you to be good guys, not bad guys. And then he says, let's go play basketball.
And they all cheer. That was like, I'd never been at a thing like that when I was a kid and just cheered because it's like, let's go play a sport, guys. That's a weird thing to do.
And so they go out and play basketball. And the kids say, why don't you play the girl one-on-one? And they're like, okay. And then Halle Berry uses her new cat powers to beat them in basketball because they don't even play basketball. They like dance with the basketball around each other.
I forgot this is your first time seeing this. Yeah, this is a very infamous basketball dance, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, this is basketball dance. That's what I see. Because they only take one shot the entire time, and she slam dunks on them, and that's it.
God, that's so bad. And this movie stylized with the editing and shit. Like, but this is over the top with it. It is.
And I don't want to say the soundtrack's bad, but it is distracting.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
After the dance, we cut to evil CEO lady. I don't know what her actual title is. That's what I'm calling her now.
She is, at this moment, I think just a model / co-CEO. I don't know.
Well, she's sat in her office, and the assistant comes in and says, your husband's not going to go out with lunch with you. And she's like, of course he's not, because he's a dick. And she looks out the window, and he's leaving with his girlfriend, the young new model. And she's all sad. I'm kind of sad to ruin this whole movie. So she's watching her husband walk away with this young model, and she breaks the glass by squeezing it really tight. I see that happen a lot. I guess she does have superpowers, kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, because I wrote it down at the time, she broke the glass and it's not even blood on her.
No.
And then I realized, now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense that there wouldn't be blood in her if her skin's made of marble.
Yeah, that makes okay. 90% that are these people characters in the comics at all?
No, there's not a single character in this. Not even Catwoman's a character.
Yes, she is. TJ.
No.
Spiritually, she is.
Usually, when you look at the names.
Yeah.
Of the characters, like it gives you the actress or actor's name, and then it tells you the character they play.
Yes.
And there's a link to the character.
Yeah.
None of them have a link except for the Catwoman. And when you click on the Catwoman link, it doesn't take you to Patience, it takes you to Selena Kyle.
Listen, she's Catwoman, okay?
No, if you notice, I have not called her by her name once. I keep calling her Halle Berry.
Because you're a sexist, gatekeeping pig.
Yes,
no, you're not.
But Halle Berry is the best thing in this movie, but she's not Catwoman.
Which is weird because you're saying that because when this movie came out, she got panned for it. She even won a Razzie for this movie for Worst Actress.
No, she did a good job with what she had.
Exactly. She did the role really well.
Yeah, she looked like she wanted to do it. She wasn't half-assing it or anything. I mean, if I had to do some of the things that she was doing here, I'd be like, why am I doing this?
Oh, I would have been fired so quickly of all the eye rolls. Like, this director doesn't know what he's doing.
Halle Berry gets a phone call from her friend in the hospital as she's eating tuna, because of course she is.
She's eating tuna out of a can. Raw. It's so dumb.
And it's just, I don't even know why the side character's here. She's literally just there to say, hey, keep dating the guy.
She is the typical side comedic piece character who's kind of funny but not too funny. Yeah, the character same as in Deadpool and so many other movies.
Yeah, but this one's even less. She's not even really comic relief. She's more like, hey, you're gonna keep dating that cop, right? I really like men.
I think she's there to help move along the plot with the makeup stuff and kind of motivation for Halle Berry. But besides that, yeah, just nothing really good. Nothing she adds.
I don't know. All I know is on this phone call, Halle Berry's walking all on her furniture like a cat.
Yes.
Because she's a cat. Did you notice that this movie is a Catwoman? That she's a cat. Do you get it? Do you get it? That there's a cat, you know?
She's a cat? What?
Yeah.
No way.
I just want to make sure you understand. It's a cat. Everything she does, it's cat-like.
It is over the top, isn't it? When you really think about how much cat shit she does in this movie.
I noticed it watching it. I was like, what? Why?
It didn't
I
bother
get
me when I
it.
first watched it.
No, it bothered me a lot. Every time it came up, it got to the point that every time it happened, I rolled my eyes.
Oh man, that'd be a good drinking game. You watch this movie, you have to make it to a drinking game. Yeah.
Anyway, that night, she gets revenge on the people next door who are playing music too loud by breaking in and entering and ruining the radio.
Yeah.
Call the cops.
She should have done that the first time to call the cops.
Right.
Hey guys,
Call the cops. There's noise disturbance. You're allowed to call the cops when they do that shit.
Right? Now I can see if she would have called the cops, they would have dismissed her. But okay, I get it. But she never once called the cops.
Right. And then she goes over there, and then she breaks the law by breaking in and destroying her stuff. Now they should call the cops on her.
Right? Because if anything, they're the innocent ones.
Yeah.
So she goes back to her apartment and decides, oh, make my outfit into a Catwoman outfit.
Is that what she does?
Yep,
because that's not what it does. It looks like she took a pair of scissors to the leather and decided that this is good enough.
Well, first she cuts her hair, I guess, and then she does that.
Well, she actually doesn't put on the... I guess she does put on the outfit, doesn't she? She doesn't have the mask yet, though.
Thank God.
Whatever. She has a leather makeover. And then she goes and steals that poor guy's bike that she just ruined, his radio. And then I guess she's going to get that necklace she saw earlier that she thought she wanted because it looked shiny.
Oh, that's why she goes there. Okay.
Yeah. Like, you didn't put that together?
No, I was like, why is she going to the fucking... I told you I was on my phone a lot because the movie made me sick, so I missed a lot of things.
You've seen this movie like 3 times or something.
No, I've seen this once before when I was younger. And I thought it was shitty then. Like, I'm not going to watch this again.
But I thought you said you rewatched it. Like
this one? No. I rewatched something else that was bad.
Well, yeah, she's going to the jewelry store to steal the necklace that she saw earlier because she thinks it looks shiny because she's a cat. Get it? She's a cat. Well, she's go there, and conveniently, it's already being robbed. Ooh.
By 2 guys who aren't wearing masks?
3 guys. No.
Oh, 3 guys aren't wearing fucking... Why aren't they wearing... Like, they have all the banker stuff on, or Rob stuff on, but no masks. That's just...
Yeah, but it's probably because this jewelry store has no security. There's no alarms going off. There's nothing happening. It's like these guys are breaking the cases and nothing's going on.
Yeah, god damn, you say that too, because that's really stupid. If they break the cases, then they unload 2 shotguns of unlimited ammo, and to add to her, they do so much damage in this damn jewelry store, not a single cop shows up.
Yeah. This is the worst jewelry store I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's really dumb. I didn't put that together. This is really stupid.
And then I wrote washing up for some reason. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Washing up?
Yeah.
She walks up the side of the pillars in it. Washing up?
Yeah.
She licks herself probably like a cat, maybe?
I don't know. She beats up the jewel robbers.
Yeah, she beats the shit out of them. It's a good fight sequence, kind of.
When it's not in CGI mode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she CGI beats up the cats. Beats up the cats. Yeah. They're cat burglars, so sure. She beats up the cat burglars. See, I can do puns too. And she steals the jewelry that they were stealing. And then she wakes up on the floor with all the jewelry on her bed. So she puts it in a paper bag, except for like a ring and a necklace, which I thought was going to be something, but it never comes back.
No, not at all.
No, yeah, it's an Egyptian necklace that was stolen that she keeps because she doesn't put it in a bag, and it never comes back. Why? Why even bother? Why show us a stupid necklace?
That's okay, TJ. It's movie gets worse. Don't worry.
It's literally just so the next scene they say, "Oh, the Egyptian necklace was Egyptian and it was priceless and stolen." Okay, now we're investigating. We're in the jewelry store investigating what happened, and Halle Berry returns the jewels in a bag that says "sorry."
Very important that bag says "sorry" on it, guys.
Right, and she also left them some cupcakes because.
How would she know it's her boyfriend is on the case?
Oh, I didn't take it. It was her boyfriend. I think she just left it for the cops saying she was sorry.
Okay, I guess.
Because there were 6 of them there.
How she has to be 6 of them there?
6 cupcakes there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was a half dozen cupcakes. He left it for the cops as an apology.
Oh, is 6 enough for all the cops there, though?
I mean, how many cops do you need to investigate?
A lot. Forensics and all. I don't know. I'm not.
Then they're just going to have to share. They're lucky they got the 6.
I will want my own. Those cupcakes look good. I want my own. I don't want to share it.
They look like they were cupcakes in one of those food pictures you see in stores. Like they look like plasticky.
Oh, they look delicious. You kidding me? Probably tasted like shit though, but yeah, they look good.
Anyway,
yeah.
Halle Berry decides she's going to look up stuff about caps.
And a good old fashioned 2000s shitty research Google thing.
She's using Yahoo search too. Like,
It's a Yahoo search.
I saw Yahoo search flash a couple of times. So yeah, I don't know if she's using Google, but she should be using Google. I mean, come on.
She should be using Bing. Bing is superior.
No, it's mid 2000s, right? Ask Jeeves.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, remember that? God, kids don't know. Anyways, it leads her to her dumb.
Well, no, she realizes that Midnight's an immortal cat, apparently.
So stupid.
And then she goes back to the crazy cat lady, where, crazy cat lady that explains that the cat on the ledge was testing her to see if she was worthy of getting cat powers because of cats. And that there are Catwomen throughout all the centuries that, freed frumpy women who can't, do hers free themselves because they need cat powers.
It does have that message too. She actually says that, like, these women are spiritual and can actually be themselves, unlike any other woman. Like, what? You can tell a guy made this movie.
Yeah.
Guys made this movie.
Yeah, this is shit.
So anyways, this lady pushes Halle Berry off the balcony to show her, you got cat power, which is pointless because in the bank robbery scene, she's climbing over the walls and everything.
So crazy cat lady gives her a cat mask and a really stupid, ugly cat mask.
Yeah, it's hideous.
This whole Catwoman outfit is stupid and ugly. I hate it.
It's supposed to be sexy.
Why is her pants ripped?
Sex appeal.
Why is her ass showing from the back of her pants? Why
Sex appeal.
We have to stare at her ass for like 30 seconds as he walks by.
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a good message for what they're trying to tell me.
No, it's not. If I had a daughter, I would not want her to see this shit. Like, this is not good for you.
Halle Berry is an attractive woman, no doubt about it. But I know she's attractive. You don't have to show me she's attractive. I don't need to see her in, like, nothing.
Well, it's like when they make female armor, but they only make a breastplate, and that's about it. It's that kind of thing.
It's stupid.
So, yeah, it's really dumb.
And then she goes to the docks, right, Catwoman, or Halle Berry? She goes to the docks, and she sees one of the guys that killed her, essentially, right?
Yeah.
How did she know he was there?
Exactly.
How did she know to go to the docks? How did she know he was the one she was looking for? She doesn't remember that night because she has retrograde amnesia, apparently.
Right. Because she smelt him out. I don't fucking know, man.
But she doesn't know that's the smell she's looking for. Why is she here?
I don't know.
What's the point of her going here? She goes directly from the rooftops to this place purposely for no reason.
Listen, I thought the same thing on this one. How she get here and why she get here? I can't answer that, TJ.
Well, she stalks him to a club that gives you, warning. If you get seizures, don't watch this part.
God, it's bad.
Because there's strobe lights and stuff. And I guess it's kind of like a dance rave kind of thing. What possibly like a stripper motif to it because of the whole center thing where she like kind of it's like there for a dancer.
Yeah, it's literally like the worst dance stage ever.
It's weird. Anyway, I guess she flirts with him because it looked like that's where they're going, but we kind of skip that scene and go right to the fight scene later out in the alley.
Yeah. She throws him out the alley and starts kicking his ass.
Anyway, he explains that he was the one that killed her, and it was the CEO's. Watch the when she got killed. That's what it was explained there for you. I said, watch when she got killed in the beginning of the movie. That's what the thug tells her.
Yeah. Yes.
And so she goes back to work where she comes across the dead scientist, and I guess she's going to get blamed for that death because she so happens to walk in after he's dead, and there's no evidence, that proves otherwise. So conveniently, she's the one that gets blamed for it.
Which happens all the time in the movie for her. That's her thing.
Yeah. And then she visits her friends in the hospital, and she figures out that the cream is poisoning her. That's why she's getting sick. And then the detective sees that the bag that says sorry has the same sorry as the one on the cup, and they look identical. They look identical. The handwriting. They look like the same exact sorry.
Because it is the same exact sorry.
Yeah, and I'm pointing this out for a reason, because when we go to the handwriting analysis,
yes,
it makes no sense.
No,
because
it's the
apparently
dumbest.
Apparently, the way you write something can tell whether you're outgoing or whatever, according to this idiot.
Even though it's all bullshit pseudoscience.
Anyway, so this handwriting expert analysis says, nope, this is written by two different people when they look identical. They even overlay the two, and they look identical.
It's damn near a perfect match.
But no, it's written by two different people because of split personalities, I guess.
Because the way the O outreaches and stretches out means whatever. Stupid.
Anyway, this is enough to belay the cop's suspicion. So now he can go on a date to the carnival with Halle Berry. And this carnival scene is why Ferris wheels are stupid.
Why are they stupid, TJ?
You shouldn't go on a Ferris wheel.
Why?
I don't like Ferris wheels.
Really? What?
Yeah, so Ferris wheels are stupid, and this movie proves it because it breaks.
That's terrible logic, man. Ferris wheels are okay. They're romantic people. Get on them.
No, they're stupid. If you get on it, it's gonna break, and your kid's gonna fall out of it and die.
Pretty much. If you get on a Ferris wheel, make sure no one's filming you, because then it's gonna break.
Didn't the Ferris wheel break in one of the Spider-Man movies too?
Break in all the movies.
It's stupid.
This is another trope. This movie's nothing but tropes. Every scene you've seen in this movie, you've seen in another movie.
Yeah, that's fair too. Anyway, so the cop jumps down from the top of the Ferris wheel, climbs his way down to stop it.
No, I think it didn't break in Steel.
Did it break in Steel?
I broke in one of those movies we already saw. Sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm talking about like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
I think so. I haven't seen the newer ones. I think does London have like a very, very, very famous one?
Far From Home, I think it was.
We'll see it. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, Ferris wheels are stupid, and Halle Berry saves a kid as the cop stops the Ferris wheel, and the cop's impressed, but not suspicious that she's Catwoman anymore, because the handwriting analysis says that she's not the same person.
That's dumb.
So after the date, Catwoman decides to do some B&E, and she breaks into the CEO's mansion.
Bacon and egg? Oh, breaking eggs. Okay.
Yeah, bacon and eggs. Breaking and entering, if no one knows what that is.
Well, they are egg suckers, so they thought eggs automatically.
And so Halle Berry gets hit with a golf club by this evil CEO woman, and she thinks the husband's behind everything, Halle Berry, and so the evil CEO lady pretends to be on her side and tells her where her husband is, but she shows her like a book, and I didn't understand what that was.
The book?
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. I don't know.
Yeah, like, she's like, where's your husband? And she's like, I'll help you. And she shows her like a book, and she opens a page, and I didn't know what that was. And then we cut over to a show? I don't know what this is.
Cirque du Soleil, probably.
Is that what that is? Because
maybe it's our nod to Dick Grayson. He's the circus one, right?
Yes, he's the second.
Yes.
No, it's
yes, it is, TJ. It's our connection to Batman.
No, it's not even close. It's like she literally shows her a book. I guess maybe it's an invitation.
Probably. Let me see. I'm looking at it right now.
Hydropolis? But it's in like a folded book.
It's like a pamphlet, looks like.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. I thought it was a book when she ended it, but then we cut over to a show.
No, yeah, it's a pamphlet. So it's RSVP, address, time.
Now that I stopped it and looked at it, but when she handed it to her, it's only there for a second.
Yeah, it's not.
And I'm like, what the freak is this?
Yeah, it's not a long shot.
And then evil CEO lady gives Halle Berry her phone so she can get in contact. And then we're on a stage where people are just swinging from wires. It's like, I don't know what this is.
It's the Amazing Graysons, man.
No,
or
they were trapeze.
Whatever they're called.
They were not those. Whatever this is.
These are it's definitely Cirque du Soleil or some shit. Well, not really.
Anyway, Halle Berry shows up, scratches CEO guy in the face, and then the cops show up, and then there's a little dance fight scene with the cop love interests.
Is it really? I totally missed this.
Yeah, the cops show up, and they're like in the rafters, and
oh yeah,
they're like dancing around each other and being flirty, and he says, "I'm taken," and she's like, "Sure you are," and then she jumps down, and then the cop hits the electrical panel that does not electrocute her, and she hits it with a metal electrical wire, and blacks out the entire place and escapes.
God, this movie is so nauseous. I don't know how you watch this movie. Really makes me sick watching it. There's all the dancing and movement. It's terrible.
Then we cut over to the two CEOs fighting, and she's telling him to stop being a crybaby and be a man and stuff like that because of reasons. And then Halle Berry's picking out clothes for her next date. And then we cut it back over to evil CE later putting like beauty cream on her skin because we needed all these scenes for some reason. Then we're back on another date with the cop in a restaurant because we need another date scene. And then it starts to rain, and Halle Berry doesn't like the rain because she's a cat. You get it? She's a cat.
She's a
And
cat?
and then the cop and Halle Berry sleep together. This is where the cop finds one of Catwoman's nails in the apartment. So I guess he just leaves her there in the middle of the night.
He does, doesn't he?
Because she wakes up and she gets a phone call from Evil Lady to say, "Hey, come over. I want to help you kill my take down my evil husband." Meanwhile, he's testing the fingerprints of a glass that Halle Berry had in her apartment to, I guess, the lipstick that she left on his cheek when she kissed him.
Oh, did you skip that weird sushi scene?
No, that's the restaurant date. I just skipped it because it was just another cat thing where she ate fish real quick.
Yeah.
Because it's just another stupid cat pun.
So, you seem like you really enjoyed this movie, TJ.
I'm trying to get through this review. I'm done.
I know, you're done with it. I know.
Yeah, and then Halle Berry shows up at Evil Lady's house where she had killed her husband, and then I guess she has a panic alarm, which brings in cops and stuff right there. She sets her up, and now Halle Berry's framed for the evil CEO's death as well as the scientist's deaths. And so she goes home where her cop boyfriend's waiting for her, and he arrests her for being Catwoman. And then he interrogates her. She tries to convince him that she didn't kill anybody, but she still did break into that jewelry store and evaded cops and, beat up a few people. And she did break the law. She might not have killed anybody, but she still deserves to be in jail. And then a CGI cat squeezes through some bars, which shows Halle Berry that she can squeeze through some bars and escape the prison. Either these are the bars were far enough apart, or Halle Berry is really, really thin. Because it didn't look like they were that far apart. It looked like an actual prison door.
Oh, they are actual prison door, but the way they cut it makes it look like she's going through it. She didn't have to go through it. No, she went through that shit.
Yeah, it looked like she went through it. That's why I was like...
Stunt double. A really skinny, flat stunt double.
Yeah, you're probably right.
A teenager, probably, or someone who's really contortionist.
I also forgot, while the husband was still alive, he slapped his wife, and he hurt his hand slapping her because she's got marble skin. We learn later she's got marble skin because the product that deforms you, but unless you keep taking it, and it makes your skin marble, and you can't feel any pain.
It's really cool.
She's having a press conference about her dead husband and how the cream's still going on sale Monday, regardless. And then the cop shows up and said, "This is the guy that arrested the Catwoman who killed my husband." And so Catwoman shows up there and ties a chain around all the delivery truck's tires so that, and then she drives the truck and pulls the tires off. I don't think that's how that would work. So the cop gets the CEO lady to finally confess that she's behind everything, and so she shoots him, and then Catwoman shows up. And then we get our final fight.
It's a long fight, too.
Halle Berry gets to the final boss. This is where we learn about her marble skin and stuff like that. And if the fight goes on and on and on until Catwoman kicks her out of like a 40-story building. And, well, I say that. She kicks her out of a 40-story building, and then a ragdoll falls from the building all the way down.
It looks really good, though, honestly.
It looked like a ragdoll.
It looked like an actor to me. Free falling.
At some certain points, it looked like a ragdoll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then the cop shows up after he kills her, and he said, "Hey, if you get back to the prison right now, no one will know that you're a Catwoman." So he helps her cover it up.
That's awful of him.
I mean, he wants to get laid again.
That's so awful, though. That's so awful. It's so unprofessional. It's so terrible on so many levels.
And then we get our little epilogue scenes.
Like, at least he could defend her. Like, yeah, no, she didn't kill these people. Yeah, she stole some shit, but, like, just you go back to the jail cell while you're fine. That's the worst.
But Halle Berry was in the jail cell while Catwoman was here. She can't be in two places at once.
Worse. That's awful. I'm sorry, continue.
Anyway, we're at our epilogues now. Comedy lady, girlfriend lady got her hot doctor as a boyfriend, I guess, now, because, they had to pay that off.
Yay.
Crazy cat lady gets some paintings from Halle Berry. The cop gets a note saying, we can't be together because I guess I gotta be sexy Catwoman out on the rooftops doing stuff. And then we get Catwoman walking into a CGI painting of a full moon.
And that's the end, isn't it?
And that's the frickin' end.
Woo! That's Catwoman 2004. Yeah! Man, I wish we had a sequel to that one. No, TJ? You didn't like that one? So, that was your first viewing of it. What's your overall impression, sir?
I think that might be the worst movie we watched.
Really? You truly think so?
Yeah, because if we think about the other worst movies that we watched, which was, Batman and Robin and Blade 2.
That's funny. Those are the only two other ones, because I think Swamp Thing was good, Supergirl was good. Yeah, so Batman and Robin and Blade 2, yes.
I mean, they're like the bottom of the ones that we've watched.
Yes.
And when I'm going back and thinking about them, yeah, they were bad, but I had nostalgia for them, and it helped me enjoy them.
Yeah.
But as a first viewing, man, there was I had no expectations going in because I heard it was bad.
Okay.
So I was I was giving it a chance, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse as it's going on. I think this might be the worst movie we've watched.
Interesting. Now, do you have anything positive to say about this movie?
Halle Berry did a good job with her acting.
Okay. That's fair. Now, for me, this movie isn't original in the slightest. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of the sequences in this movie you've seen in other movies.
Not only have we seen these things in other movies, we've seen it done better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like, hey, they took a good thing and they improved on it in any way. No. They took the base note of what it was.
Yes.
And put it in there.
Yeah. They didn't think about it or make it deeper. No, this is there's a dead body floating cliche. Let's do that, guys, and just rip it off. It feels like a very bad parody of movies. The editing's awful, which I told you guys. I hated every second of it. It is a pretty movie. It's visually, if it wasn't choppy editing, good looking, colorful, I guess. The CGI wasn't too bad for me. The acting, even though it was bad.
Just to go back to the visuals for a moment.
Yes.
In my other podcast, Anime and Us, we do reviews on anime, and that's all hand drawn. But so with newer stuff, we don't judge things based on the art because the art is. All art is supposed to be good in this day and age. You know what I'm saying?
Subjectively,
yes. It should look good because of the technology and stuff we have.
Yeah.
So there's no reason it should automatically look good in some respects. So you don't get extra points. You need that just to be compared to other anime and such like that. And same thing, that's what I'm going with this. This is mid-2000s at that point. Technology has advanced pretty far. It's supposed to look visually
good. And
I
agree with you on that, but they use a lot, and I mean a lot of CGI. And yes, it is noticeable, and it's very, we know when CGI is and when it's not, but it's not, it didn't age bad. It still kind of holds up, in my opinion.
My point is, it doesn't get points for it.
For me, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there's CGI in that era, in that year that came out, and it does not age well. So for this being a bad movie, it does have technical aspects that do hold up to 2020 standpoints.
But my point is, that's just being competent. You don't get points for being competent.
No, that's above competent.
Because it holds up for what it is. But the visuals didn't blow me away either. It wasn't like, hey, look, this is seamless CGI. It was still noticeable. It was competent in what it did, but it wasn't anything spectacular either.
It was good. For a low budget, it was good.
Low budget? It had $100 million budget.
Okay, well, Spider-Man 2's budget, because it came out the same damn year.
$33 million budget for Spider-Man 2. Oh, no, that was Punisher.
Man, don't scare me like that, man. That's a small budget for Spider-Man 2.
$200 million.
Yeah, $200 million had double the price, and I think both their CGI are equally good. And so to be $100 million less than Spider-Man 2, that's damn good.
Yeah, but I didn't give Spider-Man 2 credit for their visuals either.
No, definitely not. But I just feel like this, for being so shit on, for being so bad, I would look at it to go in my mind mentally going in. It might have some bad graphics.
I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I'm just saying it doesn't get any extra points for being competent.
I'm giving it extra points for being competent. It needs points where it can get points, okay, TJ? That's me.
You didn't give extra points for Spider-Man 2 being competent.
Because it's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
The first one was
That's
good. It's a sequel.
double standard. You can't just say just because this one's bad, it gets points for doing
I give them
something
all
good.
points for visuals. I always give them all points for visuals. If something has bad visuals, I won't say it's got bad visuals. I'll deduct a point from it.
Right, and it should be deducted.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in 2004, at this point, good visuals should be a basic necessity.
Should be, but aren't always.
So I don't think you should get points for something you should just be competently good at.
No, I'm looking at the list. A lot of the stuff that came out that year had pretty decent CGI.
Exactly
visuals.
my point.
Yeah, white
You don't get points for being okay.
Kung Fu Hustle came out this year. Wow, and Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, I just watched that movie a lot. But
We already did the box office.
I know. That's a good year for movies, man. But
you say that every year
because movies are great, TJ. But yeah, soap acting. It is a soap opera shit, but the actors did put their all into the movie.
Let me put it this way, visual wise. How good was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse visually?
Oh my god, my favorite movie. That's gonna be the highest one I rank, honestly, in this whole list. That's my favorite visual movie story.
It only had a $90 million budget, $10 million less than this one.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Okay,
it's this just because it's competent. So that movie was really good visually, right?
Yeah,
exactly. This is just competent. It did more with less.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But for me, it's still getting points for having that.
I mean, it's your writing. Yeah. You can give it whatever you want. I'm just saying, I disagree.
You can disagree all you want. Your review is your review. My review is my review. But what was it? The actors did great. They did put all their all into it, even though they probably knew this movie was shitty. There's some positives to this.
Let me ask you something though.
Yeah.
Are we too easy on the actors? Because we say this every time.
Because you'll see some movies where actors don't give a shit and will do some subpar work. Like you said, how Halle Berry did her all with all this cat shit. I don't think most actors, actors are crazy in general, but I feel some actors will be like, I'm not doing some of this.
I guess that's fair, because I just feel like when you watch other reviews, people rail on actors.
I don't get it. I mean, I get it because they're actors, but
I'm just wondering if maybe we're a little too easy, or our expectations aren't. I know my problem is I blame the writers and the directors
exactly
more than anything else, because it's like you're stuck with this shit a lot of the time.
Exactly.
But maybe it is a bit of the actress.
Unless the actor or actress is notoriously stubborn and hard to work with and just don't want to play ball. Then it's kind of okay. They did a shitty job, and it's on them. But they did the best they can with what they had and the direction they had. So. I
didn't have a problem with the actress, but I mean, honestly, the only one that really stood out to me was Halle.
Yeah, I feel she kind of saved this movie weirdly. Even though she had to do all that dumb cat shit, she made it bearable to watch. But yeah, no,
I wouldn't go that far, but
no, I will never revisit this movie willingly. It is a bad movie.
Yes, it's really, really bad.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, what are you going to rate this bad movie?
I think you should go first, because yours is going to be higher than mine.
Yeah, I'm going to be more generous. I'm giving this a 3. She saves it, and I'm going to argue if they made this movie with the same script and kind of shot for shot, but different editing, it would be a better movie, I think.
I think this movie would be a little better received if it wasn't called Catwoman.
They would have to change not just the name, but they have to change her. I guess.
Not really. Not necessarily.
Or at least her costume.
I don't, because the character doesn't have the same name. And I think a lot of the hate it got is from, the comic community and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
So I think if it was called Leopard Woman or something like that, it wouldn't have been liked, but it wouldn't have been as panned as it is. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of an insult to a character that people like. Okay,
with that argument, I think if they called it Leopard Woman or anything else, this wouldn't have gotten a big release, and this would have been like a small blimp on her radar, on her career, and people would like, you just see Leopard Woman? Halle Berry did really good, but it's a really bad movie. Because that kind of...
Right, it would have been like one of them instead of a universally panned movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It would have probably been better for the movie, honestly.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. So I'm giving this a 3. And that's a weak 3. It's the best I think anyone gave this. What do you give this movie?
This is a 2 for me.
Well, I thought you would give it a 1. That's fair.
I couldn't bring myself to give it the 1.
Why not a 1? Like, what saves it from you from a 1?
Because, like you said, the acting is decent, and You know, I'm kind of holding off giving anything a 1, and because I know we're gonna come across a movie that's worse than this.
I don't.
I just have a feeling. You know what I mean?
What did I give the one that broke me? What did I give that one?
Which one broke
The
you?
Batman and Robin one.
I think you gave it the same score. I think you gave it a 3.
Okay, so retroactively, I'm giving that a 2 because that's way worse than this movie. I don't think we're going to come across. Maybe Elektra's going to be the next worst one, but after
No,
that,
but you're forgetting. We have to go back around and do all the Image comics and all those movies.
You're right.
That's why I'm like.
Now, to be fair, there could be more than 1-1 or 1-2, more than two,
Yeah. I know, but like, I'm expecting to give ones to like Crow sequels and stuff like that. That's where I'm saving my ones for.
That's fair.
Because this at least has a big budget to it. It's kind of, it's got stuff that makes it an actual movie.
That's fair, I guess.
And I just have a feeling.
That's fair. Now, to be like you, how you argue everything, like why should you hold off on a 1? Like, why can't that be this still can't be a 1?
Well, like, I also think Halle Berry's acting and the actors in general bring it up from a 1 to a 2.
Okay.
As far as, performances. If there was shitty actors involved, this would easily be a 1.
That's fair. But they put their all into it, seems like.
Yeah. It's not a poorly acted movie, so.
It's not. It's just poorly written.
It's just directed. everything else around it.
Yeah. Like, all the technical shit is really bad with this. But the acting, some of the visuals.
The direction and the writing and,
the editing. It's just all the shit we talked about harped on. Just, that's the bad shit.
Anyway, I don't want to talk to these peoples anymore about this shitty-ass movie. They're idiots, this movie sucks, and everything else sucks.